Hi, my name's Tim. I'm Director of Surf School Lanzarote, Surf School Sri Lanka, ISA International Surfing Association course presenter, and I'm going to answer some questions about cancer and surfing.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm taking a course with Surf School Lanzarote, and I'm here with Tim to ask some questions about surf and cancer. How long have you surfed and coached, and how long do you know that you have cancer?
I've been surfing now, this is my 67 till now, whatever that is, 52 years or something. And my mum always used to say, hey, you know, you've been surfing longer than that, because I only stood up on a surfboard when I was 10. I'm 63 now, but before then I was riding little wooden boards, and I started coaching in 1982. And I found out I had cancer in July of last year, 2019, I was diagnosed.
What did it feel like knowing you had cancer?
I was terrified. I was really scared. It was so strange. Cancer kills people, and I was diagnosed with stage 3 rectal cancer, so I was close to terminal, and I just felt really fearful. I think I sat and for 2 weeks almost in total fear of what was going to go on. Spoke with my family, and I realized then that there must be a plan, there must be some way of going forwards. And there were problems early on with getting treatment. I wasn't able to get treatment in time here, so I was super lucky, and I was able to go to Paris to get my first treatment, which was radiotherapy and chemotherapy in the Institut Marie Curie, which is one of the greatest places. And my friend Carol, who's a cancer doctor in Paris, was able to hook me up and get me there. But at the same time, I'd also met my surgeon, Andrea, who, I mean, he's become a really good friend, but he was a surfer as well. He is a surfer. So, yeah, but I was terrified. And then it was like, right, there's got to be a plan. So let's move forward with that.
What treatment did you have?
Well, I had the radiotherapy, and that was done in Paris, as I said, and then I had to come back here, and then you wait for a period of time until the effects of the radiotherapy have gone. They can't give you have to stop the chemo, because then they're going to operate. So they operated, but sadly it kind of went wrong, and they had to operate again. And I've just had a series of operations. I think I totaled it up to 5 procedures, 2 really major ones. The second one, I got poisoning, and that was heavy. That was 5 days intensive care. And I was like in and out of hospital, and trying to fit the chemo in. And the craziest thing was, for legal reasons, I had to go to Sri Lanka just during the COVID lockdown. And I got stuck in Sri Lanka for 3 months. And I did Sri Lankan chemotherapy, which was tough. That was tough. Luckily, I had my son Danny. Jamie here has been great. He's in Lanzarote, that's my oldest son. And my son Danny was in Sri Lanka, trapped as well. So I got through that, came back here, and I haven't had to have a surgical procedure for months now, but I've just finished chemo. I couldn't tolerate the chemo anymore. I still, you know, obviously there's huge side effects from that, but I'm at the end now. I've finished my cycles of chemo, and now it's a matter of getting tested and seeing there's no metastasis. I've metastasized once into my lymph nodes, and they removed the metastasis. So now it's that waiting game, you know, getting the tests and seeing what the future is. Yeah, That's the treatments I had. A lot of it, being in 3 different countries to get the treatment, that was kind of strange. But a lot of it also was based on the advice I got, not only from the doctors and oncologists and surgeons, but also my own research into the cancer I had.
As a surfer, how did it change the way you feel about surfing?
It's really interesting. I just noticed I said the cancer I had. That's such a positive thing. That's really strange. That's cool. Yeah, as a surfer, God, it was awful, because I really always had this dream that I'd surf, all the way through my life. So the idea of dying, it was insane, because it was like you were going to lose loved ones, your business. What would it be like for others? But it was like, whoa, I won't be able to keep surfing. It was huge, that I couldn't do that. To the point where in the first month or so, I couldn't even look at films of people surfing. I kind of look at them and just feel this pain and go, maybe I can't do that again. That was crazy. I'd watch people in the village here and walk down the road with a surfboard, and I'd feel this, I'd actually feel my heart and my head saying, well, they don't have cancer, look, they're going surfing. Well, that was huge. But then this thing dawned on me where, wow, I have this wonderful thing, surfing. And if I'm going to fight cancer, along with all the team of people helping me, then surfing is a wonderful goal. That's, so cool that we have this beautiful activity in our futures and in our minds, in our bodies, and that was a driving goal to go through treatment and to survive this, And the other side of it was, if I don't make it, I'll have done everything to have got back in the water. So again, it's super positive, super positive.
Did you get any reaction from the surfing community?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so cool. Kind of emotional thinking about it. Because I just got Facebook messages, calls, surfers I've known for years, but I hadn't been in a lot of touch with, bang, they're going, yeah, fight this, you're going to do this, you're going to surf again. It was wonderful. Facebook and, Instagram and that. I mean, the Facebook thing was crazy. It's the way I and I kept reports out of how I was doing. And, there were like 250 comments and 400. It was just so lovely. And Andrea was really special, the surgeon. Young Italian, super good surgeon. And, I have to thank him and Diego, the surgical team, because they were so good. They had so much to deal with. Everything would go wrong. I got poisoning, they put an ileostomy in, that didn't work, changed to a colostomy, that didn't work. Having prolapses of the intestine, walking around just going, oh my God. And all the time Andrea going, we're going to surf again. We're going to be in the water. You're going to do this. Man, that was so wonderful. Carol being a cancer doctor and having that, yeah, you're going to do this, People, my sons, Danny, you're a tough bastard, you're going to do this, you'll surf again, so yeah, the surfing community, I mean, in the end, we love surfing, but we develop a love for each other. We do. And I never thought I'd feel that love so intensely as I have during the last over a year now, and it's still there. These little questions from the boys in Sri Lanka, from people in California, from wherever. The ISA has been such a help to me because to keep my business going, and of course COVID. Along came COVID, and like everybody's having issues and problems, but he was the cancer as well, and everybody's been supportive. It's been super cool. Claudio, my friend Claudio, walking me in Magoo, surfers and walking me up and down the hospital corridors, getting him on his feet, move him, talking about surfing, Amazing, amazing.
Can you surf and coach now, and what does it feel like?
Yeah, I just started. It's so weird. I'm still only 8 weeks from stopping chemo. But what are you going to do? You know, I've got my heart is on the beach and in coaching people, you know. It's so cool coaching you and Orsi, you know. It's so cool. So I went, right, what are you going to do? Jamie's down there coaching, I'll give her help. And then one day, I just stole a softboard off one of my clients. And I walked out to waist level, and I thought, can I jump up? Now, my first jump up on the beach as a demonstration, I landed in the cement. I didn't actually get to my feet. Just so weak from the chemo and not being active. But what happened was I jumped up. By that afternoon, the surf was really small, and I paddled out and I got on a wave. It was terrible on my legs. I mean, it's still happening now. But yeah, and day by day, I've tried to recover from surfing. You know, I want to skateboard, and I love skateboarding so much. That's a bit harder sometimes. Paddling out on a 2-foot day is now like paddling out at 8-foot flipping La Santa. It's like daunting. And I'm out there kind of like talking to people and stuff, and I'm actually shaking, and I do a bottom turn with my legs going, you know, in the bottom turn. But man, I'm surfing. And again, it's going back to surfing. It's such a hunger and such a need. It's my life. So, damn it. And when I told Andrea, my surgeon, I'm surfing, shit, yeah, great, that's amazing. You know, some doctors I've spoken to, it's just like, really? That's really strange. You know, so early in your recovery. I've got nappies on. I have no rectum left. It's pretty weird. I can't hold things because of the chemotherapy, so rolling and duck diving are interesting. Let's see what's going to happen. Make sure nobody's behind me, because I'm going to lose this board. But no, it's been wonderful to go back surfing again. Wonderful.
What would you tell other surfers who have been diagnosed with cancer?
That they're kind of lucky, but they're not lucky. No matter what cancer it is, especially the more serious ones, every cancer is serious, you know, but, you know, it's that we've got this surfing, we've got this beautiful gift. Even if they're not surfing regularly, they'll understand how important the act of riding a wave is to them. And that's going to drive them on. That'll drive them on to recover. It'll drive them on, you know, even in that area where, you know, and it could happen for me, where you become terminal, you know, and it's still going to give them that goal, you know. Do a lot of research. Use that laptop. You see, doctors and surgeons and oncologists, they don't have time for all your questions. They don't. They're super pressured, and I'm so lucky to have the team that I've had. Every one of them, if you think about it, Andrea the surgeon, you know, having people all around the world. I had a beautiful question on YouTube, and the guy turned out to be a rectal cancer specialist, Frank, in the States. It was crazy. But do your research, find out the stuff they don't have time to tell you about rehab, about diet. Like with me, it was like the basics of it. How are you going to go through life without a rectum, you know? What to expect, time periods, you know, and don't just rely on the limited time that doctors and surgeons have, oncologists, to talk to you. Do your research and have that goal as a surfer or skater or whatever, you know, even if you're not, is that it's a process. We made up our mind early on that we were going to have this mantra, which was prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. And that's it, you know. And yeah, we're lucky we're surfers. I've seen some wonderful stories online, mainly from women with their cancer treatment and surfers. And it's there. We've got a beautiful gift that'll help our recovery. And then pass that gift on. You know, don't keep it for yourself. You know, pass that gift on. Yeah, it's incredibly negative that can be turned into an incredible positive.
What do you see as your surfing future?
Statistically, 75% of people with my type of cancer die within 3 years. Yep. So I'm definitely a 25%er, and I want to get 5 years in there, then I'm down. You know, statistics are rubbish. You know, don't go by the statistics when you look at it. So me as a surfer, all I've got is that I've got to get my legs stronger. Yeah. I've got to be able to paddle. I've got to get rid of the polyneuropathy from the chemo. I've definitely got to work on my bottom turn. I'm learning again. I'm always telling people, look down the wave when you paddle. Hell, I'm looking like hell now. It's helping me. It's like I'm re-coaching myself. Yeah. I'd love to be surfing like I was a couple of years ago. Just a couple, before all this business, you know. Make proper turns. I was 60, surfing on my backhand better than I surfed before, you know. Really, I was having a good time, so I'm going to get back there. And that's what my surfing future is. And if it went the wrong way, just keep going. Just keep going through it and really appreciate the gift that surfing gives you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.